In 2011, Burna Boy stood on a stage in Lagos, Nigeria. Nobody in the audience knew who he was. Today, he sells out the O2 Arena in London, he has a Grammy, Rihanna and Beyonce wants to work with him. But here's what nobody tells you. Before all of that, Burna Boy was almost finished. He signed a record deal that trapped him. He even posted on social media that he was done with music for life. So how did a man who was ready to quit become the biggest African artist in the world, sharing stages with Ed Sheeran, Stormzy, and recently Shakira? This is the real story of how Burna Boy took over the world. Burna Boy's real name is Damini Ogulu. He was born on the 2nd of July in a city called Port Harcourt in Nigeria. Now here's something most people don't know. Music was already in his blood before he even sang his first song. His grandfather, Benson Idonije, used to manage Fela Kuti. If you don't know Fela, just know that he is the father of Afrobeat. So Burna Boy grew up hearing stories about Fela at home. His own mother even used to dance in Fela's band way back in the day. This kid was basically born close to greatness. But being close to greatness doesn't hand it to you. He still had to go get it himself. As a small boy, he'd stand on restaurant tables and sing songs for strangers, just for fun. People even gave his family free food because they loved watching him perform. At age 10, a classmate gave him a music software called FL Studio, and that changed everything. He started making his own beats on an old computer right there at home. Nobody around him knew it yet, but the future global superstar was just a kid, alone with a laptop, learning how to make sounds. After school, Burna Boy did what a lot of Nigerian parents want their kids to do. He moved to the UK to study. He went to study media at university in England. Sounds like a solid plan, right? Get a degree, get a good job, make the family proud. But he wasn't feeling it. While he was in the UK, something interesting happened. He picked up a British accent style, and that accent later became part of his unique singing style. So even his failed school years in London secretly shaped the sound he'd become famous for. But in 2010, he made a big decision. He dropped out of school completely and moved back to Nigeria. Imagine telling your parents that I left university to become a musician. Risky move, but it was the right move. Back in Nigeria, Burna Boy didn't just walk into fame. He had to work for it quietly first. He interned at a radio station. He joined a rap group and used the stage name Shotgun just to sharpen his skills. He was learning the game from the inside. Then in 2012, he dropped a song called Like to Party. That song blew up. People all over Nigeria were playing it. Just like that, Burna Boy had his first real moment of fame. He signed with a record label, released his first album in 2013, and things looked like they were going up, up, up. But guess what? Fame this early can be dangerous, and that's exactly what happened next. After his early success, Burna Boy went quiet for a while. He left his first record label and started his own label instead, called Spaceship Entertainment. That takes guts, but it's also risky. No big label pushing your songs anymore, just you. For a few years, he wasn't the hottest name in the room anymore. Other artists were getting bigger. People online even started calling him a has-been. Imagine being famous for one big moment and then watching everyone move on without you. This is the part where a lot of artists just give up. They fade away. Nobody remembers them again. But Burna Boy didn't quit. He kept making music. He kept believing his sound was different from everyone else's. And in 2018, that belief paid off in the biggest way. In 2018, Burna Boy released an album called Outside, and on that album was a song simply titled Yay. Now here's the crazy part. Around that same time, the American rapper Kanye West released his own album, also called Yay. People online started noticing Burna Boy's song too. It got attention it probably wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Right at the exact moment Western ears were tuning in. That song became the biggest moment of his career then. It blew up everywhere. Americans started asking, who is this guy? This is a huge lesson, by the way. Sometimes the right song, at the right time, with the right timing, changes everything. From here, Burna Boy wasn't just a Nigerian star anymore. He was becoming an international name. In 2019, Burna Boy dropped his fourth album. He called it African Giant. This album was huge. It mixed hip-hop, reggae, dancehall, and African sounds all together. It got him his very first Grammy nomination for Best World Music Album. Now picture this moment with me. Burna Boy is sitting in the room at the Grammys. His name gets called out as a nominee. This is the biggest recognition of his life so far. But then, he doesn't win. The award goes to another incredible African artist, Angelique Kidjo. And here's the beautiful part of this story. When Kidjo won, she used her own speech to shout out Burna Boy. She told everyone to watch out for him. So even in losing, Burna Boy gained something huge, respect from the very top of the industry. But losing still hurts, and I think that hurt lit a fire in him, because right after this, something even bigger was coming. Coachella is one of the biggest music festivals in the world. Getting invited is already huge. Burna Boy got his invite for 2019. But when the poster came out, his name was written in a tiny font way down the list, below several less famous acts. Burna Boy was not happy at all. He went online and told the organizers straight up, "Fix this, because I'm the African giant, not some small name to hide at the bottom." A lot of people mocked him for it. They said he was getting too big for his shoes. But looking back now, that single moment tells you everything about this man's mindset. He never saw himself as small. And a few years later, the world had no choice but to agree with him. It's now 2020, right in the middle of the world shutting down for the pandemic. Burna Boy did something smart. He linked up with who was, I repeat, was a massive name in American music, Sean Diddy Combs, to help put together his next album, Twice as Tall. This album brought together artists from all over, American stars, African stars, all mixed into one project celebrating African culture on a global scale. And then it happened. At the 63rd Grammy Awards, Twice as Tall won Best Global Music Album. Burna Boy became the first Nigerian artist ever to win a Grammy in that category. Think about that journey for 1 second. A kid in Port Harcourt making beats on an old laptop turned into a Grammy winner on the biggest stage in music. This wasn't luck. This was years of quiet work finally paying off in front of the whole world. After the Grammy win, Burna Boy didn't slow down. He sped up. He kept releasing albums. Love, Damini in 2022, I Told Them in 2023, which hit #1 in the UK. And in 2025, No Sign of Weakness, which even features American rapper Travis Scott. But honestly, the real proof of his stardom isn't just the albums, it's the stages. Burna Boy became the first African artist ever to sell out London Stadium, then Madison Square Garden in New York. Then, in 2025, he sold out the Stade de France, a stadium built for 100,000 people, making him the first African act to ever headline that venue. Today, he's recognized as Africa's best-selling artist of all time, with over 14 million album sales worldwide. Now, here's the most recent chapter, and honestly, it's a full-circle moment. In 2026, Burna Boy made history again. He became the first African artist to perform at both the opening ceremony and the halftime show of the FIFA World Cup. He stood on that massive stage next to global icon Shakira, performing the World Cup's official anthem in front of one of the biggest television audiences on the planet. From a small boy singing on restaurant tables for free food to performing at the World Cup in front of the whole world. That's not just a music career, that's a legend being written in real time. Okay, so here's the question everyone actually wants answered. Why him? Why not someone else? I think it comes down to 3 simple things. 1, he never copied anyone. He mixed Afrobeat, dancehall, reggae, and hip-hop into his own sound. He calls it Afrofusion. Nobody else sounded quite like him. 2, he refused to feel small. From the Coachella poster drama to calling himself the African giant, this man believed in his own greatness before the world did. And that belief pushed him through years where nobody was checking for him. 3, he never stopped representing Africa. Even at his biggest moments, on Grammy stages, in stadiums, at the World Cup, he always carried African culture with him. He didn't chase Western sound to fit in. The world came to him instead. That's the real formula. Talent, stubborn self-belief, and staying true to where you're from. So that's the full story of how Burna Boy became a global superstar. From a quiet kid with a laptop in Port Harcourt, to a Grammy winner, to a man who sold out a 100,000-seat stadium, to sharing a stage with Shakira at the World Cup in front of billions of people. He really is the African giant.